Good afternoon, grade 9. How are you? It's a pleasure to be with you again. Today we are going to speak about the Constitution. We will continue the rest of the last session. Today you will have some new ideas of what did they do at the time of changing the Constitution. So it's preferable for you to have your books with you to start our session. Okay? Okay, let's see. The Constitution, we have 3 branches of government. This chapter, we are going to speak about the 3 branches of government. By the end of this session, Constitution, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to recognize some info about important figures like Governor Maurice, like the preamble and the purpose of the Constitution. What's the purpose of the Constitution? We will see what's going on with those people at this time. Governor Maurice, he was the wisest mind in this country. Does this mean that there were no wise men in the country except him? No. He was the wisest. There was so many wise people at this time, but he was the wisest. He was chosen to write the final version of the Constitution. How is that? People, they try to amend the Constitution to let America start to go in the correct path. So they choose Maurice as the best or the wise man in the country to write the final version of the Constitution. Shall me ask you a question before we jump to the other point? Why did people choose Maurice to be the leader or the writer of the final version of the Constitution? Who will answer? Yes, Mazen. Yes.
Because he was the wisest.
What?
Because he was the wisest.
Thank you. Thank you. You are always my best choice. Thank you, dear. Okay, let's jump to the other point, which is also important and related to the changing of the Constitution. The preamble. What's the preamble? A preamble is an introduction for the new Constitution. This person, he had changed the introduction of the previous Constitution to show that Americans were citizens of nation first, then state second. So he is wise. He wants to gain people around him. He wants to let people feel that they have a sense of belonging to the whole nation, then to the state they belong. He starts the Constitution by we, the people of the U.S. We. So we refers to the U.S. as a whole, not to Pennsylvania or to California or to any of the states inside. Got it? Any question in this part before jumping? Okay. Maurice linked the Constitution to the Declaration of Independence. You remember before that we took Declaration of Independence and they said that now we are free no people here and there or something like that. I see question here. Yes. Okay, I will, Carolus. Carolus want me to repeat the preamble. The preamble, as I have told you, is an introduction for the new version of the Constitution made by Morris. Morris want to gain people, to let people feel the sense of belonging to the whole nation is the US, then to belong to the state they are in. For example, I live in Haram, for example. So I have a sense of belonging to Egypt, then to El Haram. That's it. So this man, he wants the American citizens to have a sense of belonging to the US as a whole. Then the state after that comes in the second choice, or in the second step, or something like that. So he starts, we the people of the US. This was the initial sentence started in the Constitution. Got it, Carolus? We shall see. Where's your mic? I have Mazen, you have a question? Yes, tell me. Mazen. What's this? No, not Mazen. Okay, Carolus.
Yes.
You have a question? You raise your hand.
No.
Okay.
No, my hand was already raised from the first question.
Okay, Ani, thank you. Carolus, tell me. Got it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we shall jump to the other point of the Constitution to see what's going on with this wise man. This man linked the Constitution to the Declaration of Independence through government gets its powers from the consent of the governed. What does this mean? This means that the Americans should be satisfied so that their government will gain power. So make me satisfied, I will give you power. This was the plan, or the strategy of exchanging power at this time regarding the introduction of the Constitution. Any question in this part? To jump on the other? Okay, let me, Yusuf. I was going to ask for something, but it's okay, Yusuf. Okay. يوسف
بس ممكن حضرتك تعيدي الحتة دي تاني
البتاع this part of the introduction you didn't get it يوسف
yes
okay keep with me online and don't mute. I'm saying that the preparation of the Constitution, Monsieur Maurice, he said that it's very important to belong to the nation before the state, to belong to America before California, before Pennsylvania, before blah, blah, blah. This is the major concept of the introduction of the Constitution. This point is clear for you? Yusuf?
yes
Okay.
yes
Now, the Constitution, to give the power to the government, the people or that are governed should be satisfied, should sign the consent. They should be happy for what's inside the country or something like that. So the government gains power through the consent of the government, the consent or the satisfaction of the people living in this government. Clear? Yusuf? Yusuf, where have you gone? Yusuf, hello? Yusuf, do you hear me? I didn't mute you, by the way. Again, we can see. What's wrong? Yusuf, this is Tamer. No. Okay. Do you have a question, Tamer? Okay. Tamer, hello. Do you have a question? Okay, let's move to Yusuf again. Yusuf, you raise your hand. Where is your hand gone? Yes, thank you. Tell me, Yusuf.
Yes, I understood it.
Now it's clear now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now we are going to move to the other part of this session, which is also related to the Constitution of Convention. Why they were eager to sign or write the Constitution? Why? Why they wanted to amend another form of the Constitution by Morris? Why they want to do so? Let me tell you. The preamble or the introduction explained the function of the US government. So now the introduction contains what's the function of the government, what the US government will do. So this is number one. Number two, it calls for justice, fairness, domestic tranquility, and peace with countries. What's this also? The Constitution wants to let people feel that they are equally treated, that I can treat a big like small, the people who are unique in the country like the poor people. So they call for justice, fairness, and peace with countries. They try to defend nations against enemies. Also, they try to promote general welfare. And finally, to secure liberty for people in their future. Again, what does this mean? The Constitution wants to pave the way for future. So they will make sure of that the future, they will have a progress, welfare, development. They also will make sure that no one will attack the country, so they defend the nation against enemies. And also they call for justice and peace. They want them all to have peace, no problems, no struggles, no war, no something like that. So this was the main purpose of the Constitution. This is clear. Yusuf, Ziad, Mazen, Karim, no problem for you? Okay. The Constitution now is ready to give power. So to whom it will give the power? It gave the power to the federal government. Why? To govern the nation. But it protects both state and citizen from that power. Again, what does this mean? This does not mean that the federal government has the power this means that it will use this power. No, the Constitution said, despite the federal government had the power to govern the nation, the Constitution protects both state and citizen. If the federal government makes something which is not okay, which is not acceptable, the Constitution will help them or will govern them or will prevent them, both the state and the citizen. Clear this point? Any questions? Okay, I want to ask you, why there was a must to make a constitution? What's the purpose of the constitution? I want to hear from Yusuf Shamli. I see he is not speaking today. He's not saying even hi. Yusuf, hello, Yusuf. Yusuf. Yusuf, I have unmuted you. Do you have a problem here? What? Okay, now you hear me well? Krolos, hello, you hear me well? Thank you. Now, Yusuf Shamli, please. I have unmuted you. Why I don't hear you? Hello? Okay, let me pick Yusuf Muhammad. Yusuf?
Yes.
Yes, tell me, Yusuf. What? Yusuf, which point?
I said the sound, not the point.
Oh,
the sound is
okay.
not clear.
Okay, now you hear me?
Can you repeat that?
Tell me the purpose of the Constitutional Convention.
No.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yusuf, hello, hello.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, tell me, what's the purpose of the Constitutional Convention?
It protects the citizens from the power.
Okay.
And the states, and it gives government power to govern the nation.
The nation, but this is not the purpose. Nation. Let's see here. The purpose of the Constitutional Convention is that defend the nation, protect the general welfare, secure liberty for people and their future, calls for justice, and domestic tranquility. This is the purpose of the Constitution. What you say is what happened after they say yes for the Constitution, that the people or the persons, the federal government, it will govern the nation, but under the supervision of the Constitution. This is what you said. But what I want to ask you, what's the purpose? The purpose is to, as I told you, to govern.
To protect the nation?
Yes. Yes, Yusuf. Yes. Can you tell me 1 point? 1 or 2 points?
It protects the nation.
The nation.
The nation. And it promoted
yes.
It promotes it promotes welfare.
Very good.
Promoting general
and
welfare.
Secure liberty. Okay, any question for this part?
Secure liberty for people and their.
Okay, any question before we jump to the other part? Okay, now what I want you to do is to finish your homework in this part. This part is very simple about the Constitution. Why? The question that I asked Yusuf about. Comment on the purpose of the Constitution. How we are going to comment? You are going to tell me who was the leader of the Constitution, why they were eager to put a constitution version, a final version for it, and tell me the reasons that I have stated to you here in the in this presentation. Clear? Send answers on Edmodo as we used to do. Also, what I want you to do is to write your name, your full name, at the top, so as not to be clear. Finally, I would like to thank you very much and tell me if you have any question. Don't hesitate to send me in any point you don't understand. This will be very fine. Before we go, I'd like to thank you all again. And also, I would like you to watch this video for coronavirus. Please, all of you, wash your hands, keep drinking water, and please stay at home. Please, I beg you, all of you, to stay at home. Thank you very much, my lovely grade 9. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Hope to see you soon, inshallah, in very good health. Thank you, and see you next week, inshallah. Thank you, and bye-bye.